Hi, it's me. I'm back on my channel because everyone is in not a quarantine, but a stay-at-home order in California because of the virus, and I'm pretty bored. So I'm gonna do my makeup and hang out with you guys. So first off, I'm gonna use my Olay Active Hydration Moisturizer, and I use a little more, a lot more than I probably should. So I'm gonna just rub all that in. Okay. So, I'm back home right now. If you guys can tell, I graduated from college in December, so I've been back since then. I've been working at a movie theater while I'm trying to figure out where I can get a job. It's really hard because of the whole fact that you have to have 2 years experience to get a job. So really you need an internship, and none of the internships are paid, and they start next fall. And a lot of them aren't out here. I'd have to go to a different state, or like 3 to 9 hours away. It's a big thing. So for primer, I'm going to use the Photo Focus Face Primer from Wet n Wild. But yeah, so I'm back. My goal is to work for SeaWorld, and I'm thinking about applying to be one of their summer counselors, where I'd get to work with the animals and with the kids, because I think that might be a good way to get some experience, because I'm really struggling on getting some experience there. So that's not the greatest. But it's nice being home, not having to do homework. My brother's back at home, my mom's here, my sister's around every once in a while. That's all rubbed in now. So I'm going to move on to foundation. And I use the Wet n Wild foundation. It's the Photo Focus one. It's my favorite one. I always buy the same exact foundation when I get a chance. But yeah, so I've just been home, been working, traveled a little bit because my boyfriend lives up in the Bay. So I flew out there in January, the beginning of January, and then he flew out here in February so he could come see me for a few days. And then I went back out there in late February, early March, because I had a whole bunch of days off at work in a row, and I wanted to see what the megabus was like, because it was only $40 total, or no, it might have been 30, 20 there and 10 back to take the bus. I'm not exactly sure I'd take the bus again. I took it during the nighttime because I thought I'd sleep, but I just get really worried that I'm going to miss my stop, even though it was the last stop. So then I didn't end out really sleeping, and then I felt kind of sick because I didn't sleep, and then we got to Oakland an hour before we were supposed to, and there were scary people. Not just people that are scary, but people that were screaming at everyone getting off the bus because, they wanted to use people's phones, or they thought that people should just, I don't know, give them food or whatever. It was not the greatest. It was also 4 in the morning. So, oops, I skipped a step. Next, I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I have the Instant Age Rewind one. I believe it's from Maybelline. Everyone talks about this one and is always saying, oh, it's so great. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't know if I am using it wrong, or if it's just, not my taste. But I really like all the ones you get, right here. This one right here, the liquid that has the little brush. I don't know why, I'm just the biggest fan of those ones. So now I'm going to just push all this in. Yeah, so I went up there and I saw him. It was pretty good. The way home back, I was a lot calmer because I knew how the bus worked and getting off and everything. And I knew every stop along the way they end out turning the lights on the bus, which is kind of annoying when you're asleep and you're like, why is there a light on? But it's kind of great because you always wake up, so you're like, oh, I can sleep and I'll be fine. And I went from Anaheim when I did that. The time before that, when I went to his house, I took a plane from Long Beach. Honestly, I like Long Beach Airport, but it was so odd to me because it's like a inside-outside airport is what I want to call it. Like, you walk in and you're inside, like, when you check in, and then you walk outside from there, and then when you go to the metal detectors, that part's inside, but as soon as you walk out of it, like, you walk past out of the metal detectors, you're back outside, then you walk back inside, which is where they have, like, the restaurants and you can sit, and then you walk outside to get on the plane. Like, it doesn't connect to the airport. You walk up the stairs at the back of the plane, which I thought was pretty interesting. Also, my blush is the Maybelline Fit Me blush. And the camera is making me look very pale right now, but I promise it doesn't look as pale in person. I don't know. Whatever. So, yeah, and the time before that, I went from Ontario Airport, which I really like Ontario. It's very close to my house, which is part of the reason that I like it so much. But also, it's just such a small airport. You can, like, get in, get on. It's always pretty nice people. I've only had one issue there, and it wasn't even their fault. I tried to board a plane once, and they ended up canceling my flight until the next day because they had, there was issues with the plane. I don't know. So, since yesterday, I've been trying to use bronzer. I mean, I try it off and on, but bronzer is just not, you know, my thing, really. I don't know. I think it might be because I'm so pale that I always feel like it just makes me look like I'm trying really hard to look like I have been in the sun ever. But I've been using the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer. I really like it. Might be a little too dark for me, so I may end up giving it to my sister, but we'll see. And then I never put powder on. It's okay, we're gonna move on with that. And then I am going to use a highlighter. My favorite one is in this collection right here. It's the Floral Bloom Highlighter and Contour Kit from Beautiful Creations. I got it at this makeup blowout sale place where they have a bunch of, like, off-brand kind of makeup, and you go, and it was super exciting. I can't wait for them to come back so I can go do it again. But I actually ended up seeing the brand that makes this highlighter on Instagram yesterday, so I can go order it from the actual brand if I want to. Okay, the face looks a little crazy, but give me a minute. And typically I would have put on my Wet n Wild powder before I did this, but I forgot when I was talking, so that's fun. But I'm going to add just a little bit over this. And I know that I do my makeup, like, very odd and probably not right at all. Not saying to copy me, I just wanted to have something to do right now. Anyways, so that looks a lot better. Like, a lot better. I also like to put a little bit of highlight on my nose. Just right there. I think it makes a cute little pop. And if you were wondering, like, I use this pink one right here, and you can tell, like, by how dug in it is that it's my favorite. But I do have a lot of highlighters. Like, this whole container right here is highlighters. Highlighter is my favorite thing in the world, like, when it comes to makeup. Maybe mascara, too. But I got these cute little bins from my brother, and they fit perfectly on my little makeup desk, which I love. And then I have this container, which is all eyeshadows. Probably going to go with this one today. So I'm going to start off doing some eyeshadow. So let me find a brush. I have this one right here. My uncle got me these at Target. I think they are the coolest thing ever. They like have the glitter that goes back and forth. And if you guys know, I love glitter, so I have a whole bunch of glitter brushes. I have these ones. I have like this kind that one of my sorority sisters got me. And then I also have this kind where it's like glitter straight in the handle. But my favorite brushes are actually these Real Technique brushes. I have an obsession. I keep buying them. I did end out this week buying some new brushes that aren't Real Techniques. They're the Eco Tools ones, so I'm kind of interested to see how they work because they're vegan and they're supposed to be like better for the environment. So like that's really interesting to me. So I'm using the ColourPop Blush Crush palette. It looks like this. You can tell there's a few colors I use more than others. But I really like the ColourPop eyeshadows because they go on so easily. They have really nice glitter ones. And their palettes, like they have so many palettes, which, you know, people, some are saying like, oh, it's bad because of the fact that like, you know, they're just mass producing stuff and then it's like you can't keep up. But the thing is, I don't, you know, like they came out with like a green one that was like St. Patrick's Day, but I don't want enough green for me to get a green palette. But the thing is that if they like come out with a bunch of palettes, then I keep finding like, oh, they have like 3 that have pinks in them, so then I can really choose like, oh, this one has like the most pinks I'd wear. And I own 2 palettes by them now. I also have, 3 palettes. I also have the You're a Cutie palette, which I bought, and it's purples and pinks. There's a little bit of tans in there. And then I have the Sailor Moon palette, which, no, I don't really know anything about Sailor Moon. That was all, like, my sister's stuff. But I just loved the colors in the palette. And if I can find a palette where I'm going to use all the colors, I'm going to go for it, because I'm so tired of buying these palettes where it's like, I'm going to use 2 of the colors, and then the other 8 are just going to sit there, and then I end up giving it to my mom, because my mom likes wearing the darker eyeshadow colors, because she has like a much darker skin color than I do. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with me giving my mom my makeup, but I would rather buy makeup that I can actually use all of it. And my eyelash curler is on the floor. So, there's that. So next I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I have not pinched myself in years, and somehow I just pinched myself doing that, so that was fun. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Okay, so my eyelashes are now curled, if you guys can see, kind of. And then at Black Friday, Ulta had a bunch of mascaras on sale for $10 that were like the better brands, and so I asked them like, oh, which one to get, and they said to try this Buxom one. Literally, this mascara is the greatest thing. I am in love with it. I ended up going and buying another one the other day because I just can't live without this mascara. It is so good. I don't know if you can tell, but that's one coat of mascara. And it's already like perfect. I'll try to zoom in on my face when I'm done with this. My hair is kind of getting in my way. So I have pretty long eyelashes as it is, so I typically only do 1 coat of mascara. Today, I'm going to be a little crazy and try 2 coats of mascara. So I have all that done, and then typically I spray my face before I do my mascara, but I forgot because I'm not doing so great at this, so we'll do that in a second. And then I just bought these cute little lipsticks at Walmart yesterday. They're Wet n Wilds. Sorry, there's 2 that I bought. This one's a matte one, this one's a high shine, and then this one's tan, and this one's a reddish color. And this is identical to this little one over here that I absolutely adore. And they were only $1.98. Everywhere I've been going, like, lipsticks are like $11, and I'm like, can I justify $11 on a lipstick? Like, especially if I'm gonna be like, oh, I don't really like it. You know, because I like lipsticks. Sorry. I like lipsticks, but I'm not someone that's gonna wear lipstick every day, so I don't see why I should invest in, like, super, super expensive ones, especially when I'm just trying to like try out colors and figure out like what kinds I like. I do own this Kylie one, which I really like. I got at Black Friday. And then these two little ones I also got it, maybe not at Black Friday, but at Christmas because they were a little Christmas special. And I really enjoy those, like really, really enjoy them. So I will be buying more when they're on sale though. So there's that. And then I'm just going to spray my face. We're gonna let that dry. And then that is it. We get ready with me. This is what I look like. Okay. See y'all later.